All right, welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into Bill Vincent's thriller, Echoes of the Apocalypse. Now, this is a story that poses a really chilling question. What happens when the sky itself starts sending out warnings, and a journalist, a guy who only trusts in cold, hard facts, is suddenly forced to listen? So let's follow his journey as his world, and maybe ours too, starts to completely unravel.
So, where does it all begin? Well, it starts right here, with a single, super cryptic sentence posted on some shadowy corner of the internet. And the user who posted it, poof, gone, vanishes immediately. But see, this message, it's not just some random post from a troll. It's the very first domino to fall. It's hinting that the chaos that's about to unfold isn't an accident, it's a design.
Okay. Section 1, Strange Skies, Stranger Signs. A journalist's skepticism is put to the test. And that brings us right to our main guy, Alex Jordan. You gotta understand, as a journalist, his entire world is built on facts, solid, verifiable facts, not conspiracy theories. A message like the one we just saw, normally he'd just laugh it off, dismiss it as total nonsense. But his skepticism is about to run headfirst into a reality that he just can't explain away.
So, Alex is just going about his day, and then, bam! An emergency alert shatters the calm. But listen, this is no ordinary thunderstorm. This thing literally materializes out of a clear blue sky, and it has this raw, untamed power that just feels alien. It doesn't belong. And this is the very first crack in his nice, predictable, fact-based world.
And this is where the story really starts to build this incredible sense of dread. See, it's not just one weird thing happening. It's a whole series of layered, totally unnatural details. The sky turns this sick yellowish-gray color. The temperature plummets. And then this eerie, dead silence just falls over the entire city. And then you get the thunder, rattling buildings to their core. And to top it all off, the most visceral sign of all, dozens of dead birds are just littering the streets. I mean, all of it together adds up to this profound feeling of wrongness, something a skeptic like Alex just can't rationalize away.
It was nonsense, ridiculous. That's what he's thinking. But the words still clung to him, persistent as the fading echo of thunder. Man, this quote just captures his internal battle perfectly, doesn't it? His rational mind, the journalist in him, is screaming that there has to be a logical explanation. There always is. But the reality of what he's seeing, that bruised sky, the dead birds, it just makes all that logic feel, well, hollow. And right there, the seed of doubt has officially been planted.
All right, on to our next section. Science meets prophecy, where the search for answers blurs the line between fact and folklore. So that little seed of doubt, it pushes Alex to do the one thing he does best. He starts to investigate. But this isn't an investigation that leads him to some simple weather report. No way. Instead, he finds himself at this absolutely fascinating crossroads where hard science and ancient prophecy, they just collide. And this is where the story's central tension really comes into sharp focus. You've got these two worlds of data. On one side, you have this brilliant astrophysicist, Dr. Elena Woods, talking about unusual celestial alignments, crazy strong gravitational fields, all the modern science pointing to catastrophic geological events. And then, on the other side, Alex is digging up these ancient Mesopotamian texts. And guess what? They're describing the exact same things. Unique planetary alignments that came before societal collapse, cosmic phenomena seen as divine warnings. The patterns are identical, just separated by thousands of years. It's wild.
So what connects ancient prophecy to modern science? I mean, that's the big question, right? And for Alex, this question transforms his investigation into a full-blown obsession. Is this just a planet-sized coincidence? Or is he actually uncovering some kind of cyclical pattern, a cosmic riddle that humanity has been failing to solve for millennia? For him, that line between fact and folklore, well, it's starting to disappear completely.
Okay, let's move on. The Order of the Dawn. A charismatic leader rises amidst global anxiety. So, as all these strange events keep escalating, and you can just imagine the global anxiety is through the roof, a new voice emerges from all that chaos. And this group, they don't just offer explanations. No, they offer salvation. And they have a very clear vision for the future.
And this is where we meet him, Gabriel, the magnetic, charismatic leader of the Order of the Dawn. He says, "We live in times of upheaval, of transformation, of divine purpose. Some call it fate, others destiny. We call it the dawn." This guy is an absolute master of rhetoric. His power lies in reframing the whole narrative. He tells the world, Hey, all these disasters, they're not random chaos. They're a necessary divine cleansing. And in a world that is losing all sense of order, he offers the one thing everyone is desperately craving: purpose.
So, how exactly does the Order plan to deliver this brand new era of peace? Well, through this, the digital mark. It's the state-of-the-art microchip. Now, it's sold to the public as the key to security and convenience. You know, your ID, your money, your health records, everything. But in reality, it's an instrument of absolute control. To buy, to sell, to even exist in this new society, you have to accept the mark. And it's not a choice. It is a mandate.
All right, next up, a world in darkness. The old world falls as global cataclysms strike. And man, just as Alex and Elena are really starting to grasp the Order's true intentions, everything that was theoretical and prophetic, it suddenly becomes terrifyingly real. The whole world gets pushed right over the edge by a series of absolutely devastating global events.
The old world just unravels with stunning speed. I mean, it's breathtaking. First, there's the Great Quake, unprecedented synchronized earthquakes that just devastate cities all over the world. And immediately, Gabriel's on the air with his salvation broadcast. He's not panicking, he's delivering this prepared message, framing it all as a prophesied sign. Then, the darkness falls. An unnatural, impenetrable blackness blankets the entire globe. And in the middle of all that chaos, the Order declares martial law, solidifying its control. Their response is so swift, it feels less like crisis management and more like the final move in a long-planned game of chess.
And this really captures the chilling reality of Gabriel's new social contract. The promise, what they're selling, is unity, security, peace, a new era. But the reality? It's total submission. It's a requirement, not a choice. Surveillance is tighter than ever before. There are loyalty pledges and so-called re-education. This isn't a world built on unity, it's a world built on control through fear. Let's get to our last section here, the remnant's choice. An ancient resistance emerges from the shadows. Because, in this newly controlled world, not everyone is willing to pay that price. Just when Alex and Elena feel like they are completely alone, they discover this hidden current of resistance, and it's one that has apparently been flowing for centuries.
So after fleeing the city, Alex and Elena, they stumble upon this hidden community. It's led by a man named Samuel who says, "This isn't just a fight for survival, it's a fight for the soul of humanity." He calls his group the Faithful Remnant, and he just immediately reframes their entire struggle with that powerful idea. They aren't just fighting to survive the Order. No, they're in a spiritual war for the soul of humanity itself. And this remnant, they stand in such stark contrast to the Order. I mean, it couldn't be more different. Where the Order seeks power and control using technology and fear, the Faithful Remnant is all about preserving truth and hope. They believe they're part of a spiritual war, enduring through faith and courage. Their goal isn't to rule the world, it's to be a light in the darkness, a living testament to hope and freedom. So here, in this hidden sanctuary, Alex's journey from skeptic to resistance fighter comes full circle. His transformation is complete. The journalist who once just reported on the world from a safe, cynical distance, that guy is gone. Now he has to become an active participant. He has to shed that professional detachment and actually fight for a future that, honestly, he's only just beginning to believe in.
And so ultimately, the whole narrative of Echoes of the Apocalypse leaves us with this incredibly powerful question. In a world that's falling apart, is a promise of absolute security worth the price of absolute freedom? When you're faced with chaos and fear, what do you value more? The comfort of a predictable, secure world, even if that world is a cage? Or do you choose the dangerous, uncertain, and difficult path of freedom? It's a question that really resonates far, far beyond the pages of this book, don't you think?